So I think we owe Ryan Murphy an apology because he pulled one of the biggest Uno reverses in cinematic history. Because ever since he started the Monster series with Dahmer, people have accused him of exploiting these real life cases for profit. And despite the obvious dramatization of a lot of these cases in his series, with the Ed Gein story, he showed that the media, Hollywood, and the general public are just as guilty as we are accusing him. And the one thing that I love and respect about this series is that they don't glamorize what these people have done. If anything, the series sheds light on just how horrible these people really were. And even when you remove the events that didn't actually happen and you actually look at the facts, it's still far worse than what you really think, bro. Because I thought I knew how horrible what Ed Gein did was, but I was wrong. And some may say that he's trying to garner sympathy for Ed Gein by showing how he was schizophrenic and he went untreated for his whole life. I don't think that's meant for sympathy. I think that's meant to show how mental health has been treated throughout America's history. The Ed Gein story was one big mirror for America to look at themselves and say, you see how you've glamorized this? Do you see what you've done? The obsession with this man goes back so far, and it was so strong that his story inspired movies as far back as Psycho. Ed Gein even inspired the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He even inspired Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs, and this movie came out in 1991. So we're looking at 3 decades of films inspired by one man. And you're telling me that Ryan Murphy is guilty of the exploitation. But there was somebody else in this show that he needs his own video, bro. I had no clue who Richard Speck was, and I'm kind of mad that I do now because I kind of wish I didn't. And yeah, the Monster series is known for overly dramatizing things. However, that scene, that was not an exaggeration, bro. This sick motherfucker was like that for real, okay? Like I said, he needs his own video because this shit is wild. I think the Ed Gein story is the most interesting season so far in the Monster series. I still don't know if it's as disturbing as the Dahmer one because that one was some other shit. And I think the most disturbing fact about this whole thing is the fact that Ed Gein became one of the most influential men in American history. Because without him, would this genre that we know and love so much be what it is today?